Today we have this 1967 to 1970 Sears Citation vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. This is a manual typewriter, so it doesn't need electricity or batteries to operate it. Margins are located up top, and this is where you will stop on each side. And you'll hear the bell when you get to the right side. This is your paper support arm that flips up from the back, and you have an adjustable paper guide that you can move from side to side. I like to line it right up with the edge of the platen. The platen is this main roller that the paper feeds into, and this is your paper bale that sits on top. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, gets it back to the beginning, skips 1, 1.5, or 2. Right now we have it on single, but if you want a 1.5, you just flip this switch back 1 and it skips 1.5. One more, skips 2. We're going to keep it on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. You just flip this switch down on the right side, all the way down to that red square, and it'll print the bottom portion of the ribbon. Really like this machine. When I first opened it, I didn't know it was going to be this good because it's a Sears, but it's made by Smith Corona, and Sears just designed it, so it's really high quality. Really nice parts, everything's well designed and made. So I was pleasantly surprised once I got typing on it. To pull the paper out easy, you just flip this switch forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy, or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it will not load correctly. We're going to flip this color selector switch back up to black, and we're going to flip that down for now. Got a backspace on the top left here. That works good. Shift on each side and the shift lock on the left. To clear that, you just hit the shift button again. This one has a half space on the left here. Every time you hit that, you get a half space. Tab function on the right side here. I think we got one tab set in the middle, so we're going to clear that by hitting that clear button. Push it up. Hit the tab again, and it goes all the way to the end. And that's why you want to have one in the middle, so it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. So I'm going to set one right there in the middle again, and it stops at that one. And you can set as many tabs as you want on this model. It also has a paragraph indentation button. It skips about 5, I think. That's pretty cool. On the left side, you have your touch control, low, medium, and high. And the higher you go, the more tension there is on the keys when you hit them, and they respond faster. When you're on low, you don't have to hit the keys as hard, but they don't respond as fast. There's a little lever on the right side here that will lock the carriage in the middle, so when you have it in the case, it doesn't damage your escapement. The escapement is the gear internally that allows it to space. So if you break that, the typewriter will need major surgery to fix. And you have a carriage release on each side. These levers here, and those break off sometimes, so that's kind of rare to have both of them on this one. On this side, you have, when you press this button in, it disables the spacing, so you can find an exact spot on the page without having to deal with each one of these click spaces, which is a half a space on this model. You can also do that with this lever here. If you push that down, it'll disable the spacing altogether. Open the hood. This hood opens up like a car hood, which is pretty cool. You got all the brand new ribbon loaded on the left side here, so it's pulling to the right clockwise. And if you want to switch that direction, you just flip that switch right here on the left side up, and it'll start pulling counterclockwise to the left. That works good. And that's about it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.